Oh, you call me eating. Let me put all this away. 1 second. Still thirsty though. Ah, there we go. I want to introduce myself. This is Nola from Nola's Diary, here to share my thoughts, my insights, my lifestyle, my knowledge with you. So this week I was in a stay-at-home mom's group. That's the baby playing. I have a baby. He's little. He's gonna make some noise. So I was in there, and there was a woman, and she was complaining about how she's the better parent. She's better with the children, even though it's kind of like what you sign up for when you're a stay-at-home mom. And she was complaining that her husband is not as good at handling them as she is. So I go into the group and I made a point to tell her that men and women are different and that women were made to nurture, raise the children. And somehow, I guess it was meant to happen, but somehow my fingers did some stuff and it ended up as an independent post in the group. 250 comments later, most of them negative, and including things that I didn't even bring up in the post. There was a lot of commotion, and I found it so interesting that it was in a room full of married Black women that stayed at home while their husbands went to work. And I kind of want to cut in right here and read the post. So the post said, men are built differently from us women. They don't handle children as well as you because you were made for it. Appreciate his strengths that are very different and more difficult than yours. So going back to what I was talking about with the post, there's some marked differences between men and women. And in society right now, in the collective, there's a huge issue because women want men to be more like women, and they reward men for being more like women. And what it ends up doing is neutering men. And so that's a double whammy because now men aren't showing up how they can, and women are mad because they're unfulfilled. So even with all the rights and the privileges and the abilities and equality that's happening for women, studies show that women are more unhappy than anything. And it is a result of a loss of traditional gender roles. I said it. That's what it is. We need to return to masculine and feminine polarity in our marriages. In our house, we support and promote marriage because it's important, especially in the Black community, to rebuild our family unions. That's how we repair ourselves. Heads up, I'm gonna talk about some stuff that is gonna piss you off.
The Boulder takes issue with that comment.
But you know the beauty about the truth? It might piss you off first, but it'll definitely set you free. So if you like the truth, you're in the spot. You're in the right spot. If you don't like it, stay here.
I'm confused. I'm confused right now, G.
Breathe through it, and you'll make it through. Because if you're here, it's here for a reason. You're here for a reason, and you're supposed to see this message. Okay? All right. So let's talk about the roles of the different genders because they're very distinct. And once you learn that and step into that, you'll have a happier time relating to the opposite sex. Thanks, King, for the sound effects. So, what is the role of a woman? I feel like I want to get my notebook. I don't want to leave anything out. So the responsibility of the feminine woman who's acting out her role is nurturing. She invites. She's receptive. She's attracting. She's alluring, which I just learned is different than being seductive, because that is the masculine role. She's gestating, she grows, and she desires to be filled and open, which is very, very, very different from the masculine complement and counterpart, because his responsibility is to lead, guide, protect, provide. He's proactive in anchoring, he's building, he's initiating, he's manifesting, he's penetrating, and that's deeper than sex, and he's desiring to be received and accepted. And I learned this in my marriage mastery class from my beloved spiritual parents, Sri Namaste Moore and Baba Richard Moore. They are geniuses and exemplars for the masculine and feminine polarity codes. And being in their presence, you just feel a shift in your own being based on how they express in those respective roles. So, I love my spiritual parents. So going back to the differences, yes, a man can and often does nurture the children if he needs to, but it's a woman by nature that nurtures the children. So, and a lot of times, moms want fathers to take care of the children exactly as they would, and they're women. So there's a lot of fights that happen, a lot of fallouts, and essentially what it does is the man doesn't want to help anymore because he can't do it his way, and he feels that if a woman knows best, then let her do it. And now the woman's mad again because she isn't getting any help. But when he wanted to help, she wanted to control it by telling him how to do it. Oh, I know it hurts. Oh, I know it does. Breathe through it. It's the truth. Okay? Let's keep going. So, there are times when there's single fathers. Of course, there's the homosexual couples where there's only men present, and we're not talking about that situation. We're talking about in heterosexual marriages or heterosexual couples that are parenting together for the children. And it could be a harmonious experience to parent a child together with the man if you allow him to be himself in his role and responsibility. It's the woman's job to nurture the children, and that is why she's so good at it. And in the group, a lot of women were coming in saying that the fathers were more exceptional parents than they were. I didn't really ask questions about what they meant, and I really responded only to the women that seemed genuinely curious about what I was saying, because most of them just wanted to be right. And that's another post that I put on my Facebook page too. Do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? Because that's an important question to ask yourself. And I choose happiness. And happiness looks like staying in my lane while my husband is doing his thing. And it's important to note that the younger children do need the mothers more. It is the mother's role primarily to raise the children, which I'll keep saying that because that was the point of the video and the post. Men do nurture and raise children, but they come in a little later on in the child's life, especially for male children. When they get older, they need to cling to their fathers more than the mothers, and the girls will cling to their mothers. But especially while they're little, both genders are nurtured mostly by the mom. So I know I have lots and lots of feminine spiritual sisters that will go, yay! And there are people that have never heard this concept before, but it'll make them go, And there are others that this just pisses you off because all kind of stuff will pop in your head that is just not true, but it'll affect your mood. And I want to hear from you too, so that we can talk about the differences between men and women when it comes to nurturing children. Okay, so that's all I have for today. That was my diary entry. This is Nola's diary. That's all I have for today. If you enjoyed my content, make sure you give us a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell for more videos. If you want to see more of me, you can find me on Facebook at Sharonda Carter Cottrell or Instagram at garden.luxury.love. All right, have a great day. Happy holidays. Bye.